What's up, guys? It's your boy Giovanni, the G35 fam, back at it again with another video on the G35. So, if y'all saw the title to today's video, guys, I'm going to be installing some courtesy lights on my G35. But if you notice, these ain't any ordinary courtesy lights. These courtesy lights actually illuminate the Infinti logo and say Infinti all in one. So every time you open your door, it illuminates on, the ground, and looks pretty dope, guys. So these are actually meant for like the G37s and the Q50s, a lot more modern vehicles, but not for the G35. So this is a really cool little install that if you want to do this to your G35, I would stay tuned, so that way you can do this little modification to your G35. And yeah, but like always, guys, that being said, been talking too much, so let's get this video started. Alright, guys, so this is pretty much the stuff you're going to use to complete this installation. So you're going to use 8 of these female connectors. The male connectors, you're going to use a total of 4. Now, I like using these connectors because if you don't like the way it turns out, you can always just remove and replace and just be able to do an easy splice. I go ahead and use number 14 gauge wire stranded. The Phillips and flathead screwdriver are going to be for what you use to remove the door panel. I got electrical tape, that way I can tape up the termination. Of course, you're going to need some wire strippers to strip the wire. And then I do have some needle nose. You might need these, just depends. And then I have some pliers with the crimp on them, because I use that crimping tool to terminate the splices. So guys, this is the aftermarket courtesy light. Now I forgot to mention, you are going to need your knife. The reason why I use a knife is because, as you can see, there's 2 prongs, and I'm going to go ahead and cut around those prongs, those plastic little tabs. That way when it comes to splicing with the female connector, it fits right over that prong. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and remove all those plastic tabs with my knife. So now with my needle nose, I'm going to clean up those little tabs, the pieces, break them off. It is kind of tricky with the needle nose. If you can use your knife to clean it all up, then I would recommend doing that. But like I said, I use the needle nose to try to just clean it up a little bit. And then with the female splices, or the female connectors, it goes right over the prongs, and that's how it makes its connection. Now with these prongs, they are a little smaller, so with my lineman, I go ahead and kind of pinch it a little bit, so that way it's not as open and wide. So as you can see, I kind of just give it a little squeeze, so that way when it's time to put it over the prong, it's a little more secure. Alright guys, so now with my 14 gauge stranded wire, I'm going to cut me some pieces, 2 pieces. I went ahead and did like around a foot, maybe 12 inches of wire. That way it gives me a lot of slack just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these, get them ready. And then with my wire strippers, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead on both ends, strip the wire. That way when it comes to terminating my female connections, I'll just be able to crimp them and have pretty much my pigtails ready. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Now that I have the female connector with my crimping tool, I'm going to go ahead and crimp them, and that way it gets a good connection. And then once you're done with crimping the second one, all you gotta do is just put it on the prong on the actual courtesy light, and your pigtail is pretty much ready and prepped for the actual termination when it comes to cutting the wires on the door. So I mean, it's really simple, guys. As you can see, just a simple process. It's just a little time consuming, but with the strippers, I'm gonna go ahead and strip the other ends, put the female connections on this side, and then we'll be ready to go to the next step. Alright, guys, so now it's time for the installation. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to remove the door panel. If you don't know how, it's real simple, guys. That's why I had mentioned you're gonna need these tools right here, because they come in handy. So you're gonna, with your flathead, as you can see, I don't have this piece, but you're gonna pry this open and it's gonna pop off, and you'll have a Phillips screw right there. And then for this piece, you're gonna want to prop it open right here, like that. Once you do that, it should pop off like that, guys. And then you'll also have a Phillips screw here and a Phillips screw here. So once you remove these 3 screws, it kind of loosens it up a little bit. Alright, guys, and then with the flathead, I'm gonna pry it right here. Now, when the door panel gets removed, there's gonna be these 2 metal, I guess you can say, wires that are for the lock. Those might come loose, but just remember where they go. I'll show you. Okay. Alright, guys, so I have the door removed. As you can see, with these 2 little metal pieces right here, this top one right here is for the top lock, and this one right here is for the handle, and those both go right here. So the one with the ball goes right here, and then right here, that one with the little right angle goes right there. So if they do pop off, that's the order they go in. Really not that hard to put back together. But what I need to do now is remove this right here, because as you can see, there's a little tab that's holding it in place. So I need to, there you go. So I need to push this tab in, and then the same right there, so that way it loosens it up. And then this is the wire that I'm gonna have to splice and pretty much tap in my new pigtail and the light. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright, guys, so remove the harness. As you can see, it goes in like that. So you're gonna have to use your flathead right there and try to pry it open. But like I was mentioning, these right here, you need to push them in. That way you can push it out that way. So it is kind of hard to do it with one hand, but let me see if I can try to get one side going. Okay, got that one off. Okay. There you go. Alright, guys, so as you can see, I have the wires spliced. So this is where you need to pay attention, that way you don't cross anything. So the purple and yellow is going to be your negative. The black and the red is going to be your positive. So on these lights, they don't really show what's positive and negative. So the way to remember is on the left side, guys, is going to be your purple and yellow. And you got to hold it upright just like this, where the terminals are popping up. If you hold it the other way, you'll cross everything. So the way you have to hold it is like this: purple and yellow on your left, black and red on your right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed it through here and then make them up, tape everything, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, guys, got it made up. Just so y'all can see a little test run. There you go, right there. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tape everything up. That way I can close it all up, and then I'll show you how to install this in this little slot. Alright, guys, so I got the door pretty much put back together. Now comes the fun part. putting this in there. So as you can see, the terminals are going to be on the left side because the Infinti logo is upright. And then these two clips right here, they're going to fit in this little slot. The part that's tricky is right here. You're going to have to try to peel this back or use like a flathead, because on the actual courtesy light, it needs to go over that lip. So I'm going to use 2 hands and get it in here. Got it. Alright guys, so what I would recommend is starting from one side to the other and, you know, pushing it in that way. It makes it a little more easier. But as you can see, the logo is looking good and it clears the side step. Nothing gets smushed, and you know, it's really secure. So I'm gonna do the other side and then we're gonna see how everything looks. Alright guys, so pretty much finished the whole installation. Now before I show what it looks like, let me know in the comments down below if you like the way it looks. It really is a simple process, guys. I do believe they make connectors for this, but you know, I ended up going the other route and making pigtails and doing it my own way. So I mean, I like the way it came out, and it does make the G look a little more modern. So that being said, guys, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, like always, make sure y'all subscribe right down below. Put that thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Make sure y'all share this video, because I know a lot of G guys want to do this, but you know, it says that it's for G35s and Q50s and all that, but we can do this to your car too, guys. So yeah, make sure y'all share this video. But like always, guys, y'all stay safe out there. Without further ado, let's see what it looks like.